Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Narayanam Namaskritya Naram Chaiva Narottamam Devim Saraswatim Vyasam Tato Jayam Mudirayet Nashtaprayeshu Bhadreshu Nityam Bhagavata Sevaya Bhagavati Uttama Shloke Bhaktir Bhavati Naishtiki. Reading from Srimad Bhagavatam, Canto 10, Chapter 4, The Atrocities of King Kamsa. Text number 16. Text number 16. Saha tu aham tyakta karunyaha satvaham tyakta karunyaha satvaham tyakta karunyaha tyakta jnati suhrat khalaha tyakta jnati surat khalaha tyakta jnati surat khalaha. Kalaha is different, khalaha is different. Kala means art. Khala means a person who is cruel. So in Sanskrit, one small mistake, entirely meaning can change. Khalaha and kalaha. Kala you have heard. Kalaha is not a common word. It's a very rare word. Khalaha means cruel, describing Kamsa. Kan, lokan, vai, gamishyami. Kan lokan vai gamishyami. Kan lokan vai gamishyami. Brahma. See, it is written as Brahma. It is pronounced as Brahma. Notice the difference? See, the spelling is B-R-A-H and then M-A. So it should end with Ma. M-A is Ma. B-R-A-H is Brah. Brahma. And some devotees pronounce it like that because that's the way it is written. But it's an exception only for this word that you have to pronounce it as if it is written B-R-A-M-H-A. Brahma. How are you pronouncing? Brahma. But how is it written? Brahma. This is an exception in Sanskrit. Only this word. There are few other words. Okay, not only this word. There are few other words. Brahma is written as Brahma, but pronounced as Brahma. All other words, the way it is written, it's pronounced. Every other word. But that's a rule. The way it is written, you have to pronounce. English is not like that. Beauty is but, beauty is put. You don't say but, you don't say pat. Beauty, you don't say pat. Correct? So it's called non-phonetic. It's not pronounced the way it is written. You have to pronounce it the way it's pronounced, whichever way it is written. But Sanskrit, all words except this rare words, one word, Brahma. Eva, Mritaha, Shwasan, Brahma Heva, Mrita Shwasan, Brahma Heva, Mrita Shwasan, Satvaham Tyakta Karunyaha, Tyakta Jnati Surat Khalaha, Kan Lokan Vai Gamishyami, ब्रह्महेव मृतश्वसन् सत्वहं त्यक्तकारुण्यः त्यक्त्यज्ञातिसुहृत्खलः कान् लोकान् वै गमिष्यामि ब्रह्महेव मृतश्वसन् सत्वहं त्यक्तकारुण्यः त्यक्त्यज्ञातिसुहृत्खलः कान् लोकान् वै गमिष्यामि ब्रह्महेव मृतश्वसन् सत्वहं त्यक्तकारुण्यः त्यक्त्यज्ञातिसुहृत्खलः कान् लोकान् वै गमिष्यामि ब्रह्महेव मृतश्वसन् सत्वहं त्यक्तकारुण्यः त्यक्तज्ञातिसुहृत्खलः कान् लोकान् वै गमिष्यामि ब्रह्महेव मृतश्वसन् सः that person comes up to indeed aham I tyakta karunyah devoid of all mercy tyakta jnati surat my relatives and friends have been rejected by me khalaha cruel kan lokan which planets why indeed gamishyami shall go brahmaha iva like the killer of a brahmana mritaha shvasan either after death or while breathing. Translation by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Being merciless and cruel, I have forsaken all my relatives and friends. Therefore, like a person who has killed a Brahmana, I do not know to which planet I shall go, either after death or while breathing. I'll read the next two verses and then we will discuss. Text number 17. Daivam api, no, I will read by myself. Daivam api anrutam vakti na martya eva kevalam yad vishrambhad aham papaha swasur nihattavan shishun. Translation. Alas, not only human beings, but sometimes even providence lies. And I am so sinful that I believed the omen of providence and killed so many of my sister's children. Text 18. Ma shochatam mahabhaga atmajan swakritam bhujaha jantavo na sadaikatra daivadhinas tadasate. Translation and purport by His Divine Grace A.C. Bhaktivedanta Swami Prabhupada. Translation. O great souls, your children have suffered their own misfortune. Therefore, please do not lament for them. All living entities are under the control of the Supreme, and they cannot always live together. Purport by Srila Prabhupada. Kamsa addressed his sister and brother-in-law as Mahabhaga because although he killed their ordinary children, the goddess Durga took birth from them. Because Devaki bore Durga Devi in her womb, Kamsa praised both Devaki and her husband. Asuras are very devoted to the goddess Durga or Kali and so forth. Kamsa, therefore, truly astonished, appreciated the exalted position of his sister and brother in law. Durga is certainly not under the laws of nature because she herself is the controller of the laws of nature. Ordinary living beings, however, are controlled by these laws. Prakrite kriyamanani gunai karmani sarvashaha. Consequently, none of us are allowed to live together for any long period. By speaking this way, Kamsa tried to pacify his sister and brother-in-law. Thus ends the Bhaktivedanta purport. Om Ajnanatimmirandasya Jnananjanashalakaya Chakshurunmilitam Yena Tasmai Shri Gurave Namaha. Nama Om Vishnupadaya Krishna Preshtaya Bhutale Srimate Bhaktivedanta Swamin Niti Namine Namaste Saraswate Deve Gauravani Pracharine Nirvishesha Shunyavadi Paschatya Deshata. Jaya Shri Krishna Chaitanya Prabhu Nityananda Shri Advaita Gadadhara Shri Vasadi Gaura Bhakta Vrinda Hare Krishna 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 Hare 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 Rama 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 Hare Hare. So Kamsa is very much wonderstruck and astonished. Oh, my sister and brother-in-law are not ordinary persons. Otherwise, how Durga Devi can take birth from her womb? That is one thing. Second thing, Durga Devi has taken birth as the 8th child. And danger for Kamsa is from the 8th child. And that 8th child escaped. Then why did I kill the first 6 children? So he is repenting that being merciless and cruel. Tyakta karunyaha, tyakta jnati. I am merciless and cruel. Khalaha, I am cruel. Tyakta karunya, I am merciless. I don't have any compassion. And also, I have forsaken my relatives and friends. A person is not so kind, but at least towards relatives, own sister, will be, kind. So Kamsa is condemning himself that I have become so hard-hearted, so cruel. I have forsaken all my relatives. I have given them up as if I have nothing to do with them. They are nobody for me. Therefore, because of all this sinful activities of killing small children just when they are born, like a person who has killed a Brahmana, this is what the Bhagavatam teaches us. Brahmana should never be killed under any circumstances. Similarly, not only Brahmana, but even women, children, cows, and old people who are invalid. Invalidity due to old age. All these 5 categories of people are to be always given protection, no matter what they have done or what situation has arisen, what conditions, circumstances are prevailing. It doesn't matter. They should never be killed. So, because I have killed small innocent children, like a person who has killed a Brahmana, I am destined to suffer for that. And what kind of suffering? I do not know to which planet I will go, either after death or even before death comes, while I am still living in this body, while breathing. It's a very important words for us to understand. that if I commit a sinful activity now, generally people think whatever sinful activities I'll do, I'll suffer in the next life or future, after this life is over. While it is generally true that sinful activities I perform now, I'll suffer in the future, in the next life or next lives, or after death. Even if it is immediately after death, it is after death. It is not true that all sinful activities one has to suffer only after death. No. There are certain category of sinful activities for which one has to suffer in this very life. What is that? Killing a Brahmana. One has to suffer in this life. Killing a small child. One has to suffer in this life. Killing a woman. Killing a cow. One has to suffer in this life. And Srila Prabhupada said this when the Vietnam War was going on. Prabhupada went to America, 1965. And he used to hear from the devotees after the ISKCON was established and all, that Vietnam War, so many young Americans are getting killed in that war. So Prabhupada said, first of all, why are young people who have no idea about fighting in a war, why are they being sent to some other place? Actually, America has no business in Vietnam. It's not their country. It's not their people whose life is in danger. Some other country, some fight is going on, interfering. Anyway, whatever that be I don't want to analyze that, or I don't want to say anything about that. Why young Americans? Of course, they sent the military, and military, all the regular military people got killed. Now, there are no more military people they can send. So then they are recruiting young people. Compulsorily, they have to do some military service. Emergency. And that's okay when your own country is in danger and you don't have military people to protect the border or protect the country. Then you draft young people and say, you have to go and fight. Okay. But being sent to some other country when your country is not in danger, and they're going and they're getting killed, and more people are recruited and they're also sent. So it was a very, 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 very bad situation in America that time. So Prabhupada said, this very, very horrible, disastrous condition of America is only because they are killing cows by the millions every day in a slaughterhouse. So the punishment for that has to come in this life, not in the future. Therefore, in America, innocent people means in this life, they have not done anything to get killed like that. They have not done any sinful activity in their understanding. They have not been cruel to people. They have not unnecessarily killed somebody. They are not heartless people. They are very kind. But ignorantly, they are eating cow flesh. And even that cow flesh, they are not eating after they are killing. Neither they are aware how the cows are being killed. It comes nicely packaged in one neat packet. Like cornflakes, like biscuits. Like that, meat also available. So there are many people in America, they don't know what the cows are undergoing. How much cruelty is there for killing a cow. They do not know. And even if they are not killing, because they are eating the flesh, they are liable to be punished exactly like a killer is punished. It's very, very, very serious crime They didn't kill. Neither they know how killing is happening. They're ignorant, totally ignorant. Okay? So, but still they're eating cow flesh. So they are held responsible for the killing. So this is explained in Manu Samhita. Prabhupada quotes this in first canto, 17th chapter. Manu Samhita says, when a cow is killed, right? Some 6 categories or 7 categories of people are all held responsible for that killing. They all will have to suffer punishment for the cow killing. Of course, the person who kills the cow is definitely going to suffer. No doubt about it. We all know that. But what about the person who reared that cow? He was just taking care of the cow. It was born. Nicely, he's feeding it. And if it gets disease or something, he's trying to cure the disease. He's washing it nicely. He's feeding it. He's not doing any harm to the cow. But why is he doing all this? To sell it for sake of flesh. He's selling it off. Or it is going to be sold, even if he is the worker in a farm in which he's working. He's rearing the cow. What is happening to the cow after he is reared? Why is he being reared? Only for the sake of, not only for the sake of, one of the purposes the cow is being reared is it is for selling to the slaughterhouse. So this person is held responsible. Then the person who's transporting that sold cow, the person who's selling the cow, he's also responsible. The person who's transporting this cow, I'm driving a truck, I'm a delivery person. Does it matter what is there in the delivery van? I'm just an employed driver for a company that is delivering different goods. So they deliver cornflake packets, they deliver biscuit packets, they also deliver meat packets. So I'm driving a truck. What is the crime in driving a truck? Unless I kill somebody or I violate some laws. He doesn't even know what is there many times, right? The driver will not examine what all is being transported. Some packets are there, you have to take it from this warehouse to some other shop or whatever, another warehouse, whatever. So he is driving, he is also responsible for the killing. See how stringent the laws are? And then the person who's actually killing, the person who is selling the meat, so he's also responsible. The person who's cooking the meat may be the same person, may not be the same person. Just like, we have examples in our own country. In a family, the mother will be, let's say, vegetarian. But the other children or husband or parents or somebody will, father-in-law, somebody will not be vegetarian. So this lady's work is to cook. She has to cook. And what she has to cook? Food for them. And if they are non-vegetarians, they'll say, you don't eat meat, I don't care. You prepare for me chicken soup. So she has to prepare. And the way India, at least culture is, they're very chaste, they're very obedient, very loyal. They'll do it. But they don't know, even though I am not eating, I am cooking, I become responsible for the killing. That they do not know. That they do not know. So the one who cooks, and of course the one who eats. In this case, the example I gave, she is cooking but she is not eating. Somebody else is eating. So she'll be generally thinking, I'm not eating, so I'm not sinful. But actually, she's cooking for somebody else to eat. She's responsible also. And a person who's eating does not know it is sinful to eat meat. Because conveniently, the Western world particularly, they know killing is bad and it should not be done. But animals, when it comes to animal killing, animal has no soul. So if it has no soul, what is wrong in animal killing? What is wrong in eating animal flesh? And can you imagine? Prabhupada is talking to one bishop. Bishop is a very high position in the Christian church. And the bishop is telling, what is wrong in killing a cow if by killing that cow, I can feed some hungry people who don't have food? So Prabhupada says, yes, somebody is hungry, you have to feed them. And if you don't have, let's say you don't have grains, you can feed them some fruits, vegetables, anything which is edible, which is vegetarian, you can feed them. When that is available, why are you killing deliberately animals? When America has got plenty of fruits, plenty of vegetables, plenty of grains, what is the justification for killing animals? Then the thing comes up, oh, animals. There's nothing wrong in killing animal because animal has no soul. Animal has no soul. That's what they say. And he's finding a fault with India. In India, I have seen that cows will be roaming around simply everywhere. And so many people are not getting even one proper meal to eat. So many hunger deaths or starvation deaths or whatever. So many people are there who don't get. But in America, we won't allow anybody to starve like that. So therefore, it's okay. So this uh, point that killing, not only killing is sinful, but also the people who participate directly or indirectly in the killing are also responsible. And then the punishment for all kinds of sinful activities don't come only in the after death. It can be before death also. That is the point here. Then he also says, not only human beings, but sometimes even providence lies. He heard some voice in the sky that the eighth child of your sister will be the cause of your death, be responsible for your death. So immediately Kamsa became alarmed and alerted. So he says, I'm so sinful because I believed in the omen of providence and killed so many of my sister's children. But now it turns out that the eighth child has not killed me at all. Eighth child is some Durga Devi. She has nothing to do with me. And she has told me somewhere else the child is already born. It's not the eighth child of my sister. Somewhere else the killer is already born. Then why did I kill my sister's children? Because I believe that omen. Eighth child of your sister will be responsible for your death. So I believe that, and what have I done? Some providence, it's all lies. Not true. And then he's telling, O great souls. First of all, he's addressing Devaki and Vasudeva as great souls. Mahabhaga. That's because Kamsa thought Durga Devi has taken birth from Devaki's womb. So Devaki is not ordinary. And generally Asuras worship Devatas, especially like Shiva and Durga. They'll be devoted. So that much he's got, consideration. Durga Devi has taken birth from my sister's womb. So my sister is no ordinary woman. So therefore he's addressing, O great souls, your children have suffered their own misfortune. This is actually correct. Even though he has killed them, their death was ordained by laws of karma. Kamsa, having killed them, is just an instrument. Just an instrument. So, Kamsa is stating a fact. He is knowledgeable about the laws of karma. He is knowledgeable about the fact that those who kill Brahmanas have to suffer punishment, and the punishment could be even before death comes. All that he knows. So, he also knows that the children have died because of their own past karma. And Shukadeva Goswami already explained, these 6 children who were killed by Kamsa were actually cursed to take birth on the earth. And after this life on the earth, human life, they're going back to their position in the heaven. So those souls who were born as 6 children of Devaki, the first 6 children, their death is not at all anything inauspicious, nothing wrong. They were, in fact, they didn't. Anyway, somebody who takes birth has to die. But if they are killed immediately after birth, their curse is over. Immediately they are transferred to the heavenly planet, to their original position. So, therefore, the statement by Kamsa that children have suffered their own misfortune, Prabhupada says that ordinary living beings are controlled by the laws of nature, and none of us are allowed to live together for any long period. We come together in a family, we are allowed to live for a certain duration. We cannot live together for long, ever. We cannot live together even for a long time. And we have to be separated, never to meet again. So Kamsa tried to pacify sister and brother-in-law by speaking in this way. He tried to do that by speaking in this way. Now, the question may be raised, if everybody has to suffer their own past karma, and if Kamsa is just an instrument, or somebody is an instrument for killing a child, why should that person be punished? After all, I am an instrument and they are suffering their own karma. So why should I be punished? What's the answer? Pramod, what's the answer? Bhakta Dhanush, what's the answer? He has become the instrument because it was his desire to kill the children of Devaki. Desire is his. And therefore, he is being used as an instrument. So, nature is very clever. Nature will give the punishment that is due to somebody for their own sinful activities, but nature need not directly give the punishment. Nature can use, that is Durga Devi. Nature means here talking of person. Durga Devi, she can use any instrument, any method for giving the punishment. Please remember this. So, consequently, I don't know what all sinful activities are done in my past life or past lives. I don't know that. Secondly, even if I understand the suffering that I am going to undergo is due to my own past activities, now when is that suffering going to come? I don't know. How it will come? I don't know. Where it is going to come? I don't know. So, laws of nature are not at all so simple, easy to understand. Therefore, at all costs, we should stop sinful activities. Otherwise, if I don't stop sinful activities, I will continue to suffer and suffer in such a way that I'll always be shocked. What is happening to me? And I'll not understand why am I suffering. Even if I think it's due to my past activities, what all I've done in the past, I don't know. I don't know. And when that suffering is going to come, I don't know. How I'm going to get the suffering, I don't know. That's the reason, no? Somebody is driving on the road, take all precautions. And they're driving not in India, in America. America, the roads are first class. And except for some few cities which are overcrowded, most of America, the roads are practically empty. Okay. If not empty, it is everybody follows the rules. Proper traffic signals are there. Everybody follows the rules. Nobody violates the rules. And there's no need for them to violate. So, in spite of that, there are accidents. In spite of that, there are accidents. So, why these accidents happen? And okay, accident happens, if the car gets damaged, okay, some money, that's all. Insurance will pay. No need to worry for the person who's met with the accident. But people get injured. And they have made the car in such a way that maximum amount of possible safety precautions have been built in. Seat belt, then there was such an airbag, and then some standards are there. The car should be sufficiently sturdy. Recently, some distinct norms have come, BS5 or BS6 or something. So under the BS6 norms, Maruti Suzuki, whatever cars they have been producing, are totally unsafe. Because even though car has got all the safety precautions built in, when the car head-on collides with a truck, let us say, the car will crumble in such a way that the people inside are going to be completely in danger of even dying. If they don't die, they'll suffer very bad injuries. And the same kind of collision happens with a European car. Nothing will happen to the people inside. If it is a head-on collision, because the front part of the car is all that engine and all that, whatever that stuff, no? You're sitting at a distance from the collision, direct collision that is happening. Nothing will happen to you. So you're safe. So therefore, now the government is insisting Maruti has to make their cars much more sturdier. Just telling, in spite of all such safety precautions, safety laws, cars are sturdy, roads are very good. In spite of that, people die in car accidents. They suffer bad injuries. They suffer permanent back pain due to the accident. Nothing has happened externally to their body, but the damage is done for the back. Whole life, the person cannot sit, cannot stand, cannot sleep. Pain, 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 pain. Permanent damage for the back. And that cannot be corrected by orthopedic experts, by surgery. Medicine doesn't work. Painkiller medicine doesn't work. So this is called laws of karma. So we have to suffer due to our past sinful activities, and we do not know how we are going to suffer, where we are going to suffer, when we are going to suffer, and how much we are going to suffer. Nothing we know. You go to the best astrologer, he can at the most say, now you're going through a bad period. You can expect some calamity. That's all he can say. Or you're having a relatively good time. Now you can expect that you'll not have any major difficulties or calamities or suffering. That's all he can say. Nothing more he can say. Nothing more the astrologer can say. Even the most expert astrologer cannot say. So, therefore, we should avoid sinful activities. And Bhagavatam says, even before you consider what are all the sinful activities that I can do, Bhagavatam says 4 pillars of sinful life in Kali Yuga, everybody must give up. No meat eating, no intoxication, no gambling, no illicit sex. There are so many other sins a person can commit. Not that these are only 4 sinful activities somebody can do. There are so many more sinful activities. But first of all, take care not to indulge in these 4 sinful activities. You must stop. Otherwise, horrible suffering in this very life. This is the warning Bhagavatam is giving. Like Kamsa is telling, if somebody kills a Brahmana or a cow, what happens? The suffering can come even before death in this very body, in this very life. Therefore, Bhagavatam says, in Kali Yuga, first of all, you avoid these 4 sinful activities. The influence of Kali is such that even a person is born and brought up in a very nice family, got good upbringing, good culture, good values, still the influence of the age itself is such that they can become corrupted. Their mind can become corrupted. And they can. Just like I was having a colleague born in a first-class family in Dharwad. And both of us were working together in India. I went to America. He also went with me, same project. We were living together. And as long as we were living together, we were strict vegetarian because we come from a vegetarian background. And both of us, we can't stand the smell of meat or fish or something. A horrible smell. We can't even tolerate the smell. And then after about 1 year, he went for a different project. to different place. I went to a different project, different place. Then I was cooking. So he doesn't have me as his partner to stay, somebody else. And that partner happened to be a non-vegetarian person. So for some time, he was trying to avoid eating meat, but he got convinced somehow you cannot manage without eating meat in America. So somehow with great difficulty, he adjusted and got accustomed to eating meat. And I'm meeting him after about 6 months or so. I didn't know. I mean, I was talking to him on the phone, but I didn't know he had become non-vegetarian. So we are going to a restaurant. He's ordering non-veg. I'm ordering veg. So what is this? You couldn't even stand the smell of meat. What happened? America, you can't manage. It's called the influence of Kali Yuga. Influence of Kali Yuga. So therefore, particularly why are we told to chant Hare Krishna? There's so many mantras. Iti shodashakam namnam Kali kalmashanashanam. Kali influence, the evil influence of Kali. What is that? People take to meat eating under so many silly excuses. Very easily they take to meat eating. Even if they are born in a very nice family, they know meat eating is sinful. They never eaten meat in their life. But still, some bad company, bad influence, some little inconvenience. It's not impossible to be vegetarian in America. But it is sometimes little difficult. So, okay, if it is difficult to get some vegetarian food, I'll take non-vegetarian food. Merely a matter of choice. Many people think it's just a matter of choice. You like veg, you eat veg. I like non-veg, I like non-veg. That's simple. Like you like gulab jamun, I like rasgulla. So you eat gulab jamun, I'll eat rasgulla. Is it like that? No. It is very, 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 very sinful. Extremely sinful. More sinful than all other types of sinful activities. That is why Bhagavatam says 4 categories of sinful activities have to be totally avoided by everybody. Everybody. Especially in Kali Yuga. That's why Prabhupada says 4 regulative principles. And to maintain our pious life without bad influence of Kali, we should chant Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Rama, Rama Rama, Hare Hare. Even if you chant some other mantra, you may not be protected against the evil influence of Kali by chanting that mantra. Remember this. People say, no, I'm chanting, but I'm not chanting Hare Krishna mantra. I'm chanting Om Namo Bhagavate Vasudevaya. Well, that is good. It is authorized to chant. It's authorized mantra. It's not your concocted mantra. It has got full potency. Same as Hare Krishna. But in your present condition, your chanting is not pure. It's not perfect. So, your chanting Hare Krishna is important and not any other mantra, because only then you'll be completely protected against the influence of Kali. No other mantra can give 100% protection against the influence of Kali even before we become properly situated in chanting the holy name. before we are able to properly chant. Somebody is properly chanting whichever mantra they chant, they are protected. But till we come to the stage of properly chanting, how do we get protection? Only by chanting Hare Krishna. And there is no other way. That's why we say, please chant, please chant, please chant. And chant what? Hare Krishna, Krishna Krishna, Hare Hare, Hare Ram, Ram Ram. Stop it. Srimad Bhagavatam ki jai, Shri Prabhupada.